Got it?
Okay.
All right. So we can fly through these first few slides. So today's title is I'm Sick, Now What? And you guys always know you can ask us, but we're going to tell you anyway. What would Bex and Gena do? And so I just wanted to do like a little welcome back slide. I just threw this in here, Gena, in case we got started and people were joining us. But make sure that you're signing yourselves up for is it a 21 days of healthy? It's through doTERRA. It's a healthy habits kind of little surge that they've got starting at the beginning of February. Gena and I have both posted about it on our pages. But if you want more information or you want the actual link just to sign up, from what I understand, it's free, right, Gena?
Yes.
And it's just daily, I think, like little motivational ideas or something. I don't think it's going to hurt anybody to do it. So I think we should do it. We could just do it as a little crew right now.
Hey, I love it.
And then I just wanted to tell you all, I wanted to make sure I told you all that we'd planned some weekly classes and we are back. And yeah, that's it, basically. So, oh, look, another slide that says it. I'm sick. What now? So we decided to start with this title just because of how I know the big C is still knocking around, the big old Rona, but and I don't think it's going to leave us, but that's not really why we're online and chatting today. I think a lot of people are forgetting about the fact that coughs and colds and sneezes and chest infections and upset tummies, and they're still around, like they haven't disappeared. And so we are going to talk to you today about what to do when you get sick, but as well, Gena's got a whole section prepared on basically what can you just be doing every day to prepare your body in advance so that if you do get sick, you respond better to it. All right?
Absolutely. And, this is about what we would do. And, obviously with our oils and with a few supplements we add in, and then with some basic health information. But, and I like to share the simplest, most simple version because that's just how I am. And of course you can add to it. And we want to hear from you guys as well, what you have added to your routine and things that have worked for you. And that's why we like having you guys on. So
Definitely.
We know Annie will share. So it's great.
Annie will share.
Annie will share.
Okay. So we've just flipped the slideshow around, but Gena initially was going to go first. So I wanted to kind of reiterate everything about your daily habits you need to keep doing. So once you get sick, if you have already been taking the lifelong vitality supplements, you need to keep on doing that. If you're taking your probiotics, Terrazymes, whatever it is, you're doing lemon water in the morning, make sure you continue doing those things when you get sick, and then you're going to add in a few extras. But don't worry, you can't really overdose on this stuff. The worst thing is you'll go to the bathroom a few more times. No big deal.
And that could be a really good thing to help you get well.
That's it. It's got to get out your system somehow. So just whatever you're doing already, when you get sick, try to keep doing it and then get ready to add some more details in. Okay. Step one, number one, always. And I think I'm kind of a crazy fiend for this. Not everybody is. The first thing I do, no matter what is wrong with you, whether it's tummy issues, whether it's coughs and colds, whether it's fever, I do the symphony of cells. And I don't do the big intricate ones, like there's a infectious disease ones, there's ones to support the cardiovascular system, the respiration. I don't do any of that because there's too many and it takes too long for my house, right? I go simple. So I always do the basic protocol. I'm pretty sure most of you watching this or who are going to watch it later have heard me bang on about this, but basically it was created by a guy who did an awful lot of research in how to layer oils on the spine in a specific way to have them address different issues within the body. And this one is super simple. It only requires 4 oils. If you have any basic kits, you probably would only need to add 1 oil to it, which would be the Aroma Touch, to have everything you need. So you start with frankincense, you put it on the base of the spine and you massage it up to the top of the spine. And this is the routine you do with every oil. You put it over each shoulder, the person smells it, and then you rub it on their feet. Really simple. You need their back and their feet open. And then the FCO is the fractionated coconut oil, which I believe is out of stock right now, which is annoying. But then you just go ahead and put some kind of coconut oil or carrier oil over the frankincense spine. And then you repeat that process with tea tree, up the spine, over the shoulders, smell it on the feet. Then you do aroma touch, up the spine, over the shoulders, smell it, do the feet. And then finally you finish with peppermint. Exactly the same routine. And I do this a couple of times when there's any sign of anything happening. I find that if the kids are feeling like Jasper was not well a couple of weeks ago, he spiked a fever. I freaked out, went and got him tested. He doesn't have the Rona. Woo-hoo, woo. But I was freaking out, because I want him to go to school, basically. And I want to be able to go to work, and nobody wants to quarantine again, like, come on. And then he threw up, and it turns out he just had a bit of the stomach flu for 24 hours, one of those 24-hour bugs that nobody speaks of anymore. But we were done it was less than 24 hours and he was better. No fever, nothing, no symptoms. And I swear it's because I do this, because I think it accelerates the process in your body. So it basically, if you're not well, it kind of accelerates it and gets all of the symptoms and the grossness out. He's in the bathroom 2 or 3 times, and then the next day he's just 100%. So I truly, truly, truly love Symphony of Cells Basic Protocol. If you live by yourself, if you don't have somebody who's going to massage your back for you, like me, I don't live by myself, but nobody does this to me, right? I mean, Jasper can do it. My youngest, he's the best one at it, but seriously, I mean, I really don't want aroma touch all over my bed sheets, So you can make a roller. And I mean, it's not going to be as efficient, but it's still the same combination of oils, and it's better than nothing. So I'll just make a roller of like 8 to 10 drops of each of these oils, top it up with fractionated coconut oil. It's labeled Basic Symphony. And if anybody gets sick and we're in a pinch, I just put it on the spine and the feet, and just do it 3 or 4 times that first day. All right.
Absolutely. And I guess my issue is like, I get so caught up in things. So like, if you're not remembering exactly what order or what, like where to rub, like just put the oils on, like just open the bottle, rub it on your back. Like that's just keep it simple, but get them on. And that's kind of my MO. I try not to worry too much. And I know like Bex, like you have this down and memorized and you've done it. And a lot of people like the instructions. But if you don't have it, just make sure you're putting some oils on. And obviously frankincense and tea tree are, really great ones, especially if you're feeling, like you have some sort of virus or bug going on.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get them on.
Oh God. Charlie. All right. So another thing I do straight away is I try to figure out how I can help my body heal itself. And these aren't mind-blowing strategies or anything. This is just what I do, right? So if you're not well and you're at my house, I'm probably going to make you have a detox bath of some descript. My favorite for a detox bath would be Epsom salts, lavender, tea tree, a bit of baking soda if you're not sensitive. And then I always put in there a few pumps of either fractionated coconut oil or what's that other one? Argan? No, that's for your hair. Jojoba oil. Yeah. And it just slicks you up. It's so nice. If you don't have a bath, you can actually just do a foot soak. A foot soak would work wonderfully well as well. And just go ahead and soak in there for as long as you really can. I know we all have things we need to be doing. And as a mother, you don't get a lot of time to be sick. So there's still things that need to be done. But yeah, take a detox bath. Increase your water intake, because you are going to start adding more oils either on you or in you, and more supplements. And so increasing the water intake is really just going to help you flush out whatever is in your system. And then always be putting that lemon oil in there, because it's going to do what it does for your counters. It's going to clean you out. It's just going to clean you up. I always, and again, this is just me, I always increase our probiotic intake and our digestive enzymes, always. So if we're not well, and I do this as well, I should tell you, for a few days after as well. I don't just, day one, Jasper wasn't very well. So I did the symphony, did all the stuff. He's in the bath at 10 o'clock in the morning, which confuses him because he's like, do I have to go to bed now? I'm like, no, you're fine. But then he had 2 probiotic packets that day. And I even gave him digestive enzymes. My kids can swallow them. The pills, no problem. We practiced with Tic Tacs, and then now they can swallow pills, no problem. And so definitely go ahead and increase that. And I did that, the increased probiotics and digestive enzymes on him for like 2 or 3 days afterwards. He was already, that was like on the Friday, and he went back to school on the Tuesday. And I think Tuesday was the last day that he did anything. Like doubled up, and then just back to normal routine. But yeah, go ahead and increase those probiotics and digestive enzymes. And I will talk about that more in a minute. Take care of your symptoms. If you've got a stuffy nose, diffuse the oils that are going to help clear those sinuses. If you've got tummy issues, to reach for Digest-N. If you don't have Digest-N, a great alternative would just be plain old peppermint. Just support your symptoms. And then Gena, I hope you can chip in here, but don't ignore the emotions. So if you don't have the book, which I still don't have the book about feelings buried alive, never die. There is a whole avenue of teaching that any physical ailment that you may have is completely rooted with emotions. And so often if you can figure out what emotion it is and get that taken care of with oils or energy clearing, or I don't know, stick a crystal in your bra, then, and I'm joking, but kind of I do it. Don't tell anybody though. Then you can actually really help some physical ailments. So just don't ignore the emotions.
Absolutely. And if you ever, have something, especially, when Bex and I first started talking about this, she had an ongoing sinus issue, right? And if you have something that continues to come back and come back and come back, then that could be really something that you want to look at the emotional side for, right? Because if you're just like, why? I don't understand. So that's what we did with Bex. And always, if you have something like that, message Bex or I can look in the book and give you an idea of what could possibly be the emotional connection, and then what oils, we can share what oils you could try. So yeah, for sure.
It works so well.
Yes, I love it. And it makes perfect sense.
It does. All right. So now to get down to some little nitty gritty, you might want to screenshot this. I'm going to try and pull it up on my computer so I can read what I put so I don't say the wrong stuff. The flu bomb. Now, my flu bomb, I think, might be a bit more complicated than most. Shock. That's me. Oh, dear. So it used to be called, and I'm sorry about the background noise, guys. My kids can't push them outside because it's bloody raining. As if it's raining in California. What's all that about? So I can't stick them outside.
It's fine.
So the flu bomb, people used to call it the flume, and flume was is it an anagram for the first letters of each of these oils? Frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and then tea tree used to be called melaleuca. So it was the flume, but now it's the flute, because it's now tea tree, not melaleuca. Still the exact same thing. They just changed the labeling to line up with all the international markets. So frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and tea tree. I asked Mary, one of my oil leaders, to be on today, but she couldn't make it. I asked her to be on because she is a doctor of plant biology, and listening to her talk about plants and the chemical constituents within them and what you must have and what you necessarily need. And oh my goodness, it's fascinating, but she couldn't. So there we go. Never mind. We love her, but we'll miss her. And I'll do my best. Anyway, basic rule of thumb from what she says is you must always stock up on your green kind of leafy herby oils. You want to make sure you've got them because they will cure coughs and colds, viruses, that kind of thing. So I mean, I like to diffuse all the florals and the citrus and, you know, but she's like, you need to, and I remember her looking at my arsenal of oils, and she's like, where's your oregano? I'm like, oh, I don't have it. She's like, get it. Where's your thyme? I'm like, I don't have it. She's like, get it. I'm like, oh, okay. So oregano, thyme, tea tree, yeah, and then rosemary. All right. So just make sure you're starting to kind of like marjoram as well as another one. Just, you know, start, if you're not sure what to get each month and you're ordering a certain amount, make sure you've got your green leafies in because they'll save you. So I always add thyme because of what Mary taught me, and I don't truly remember what it was, but basically that thyme is a healer, and it's not just about emotions and the actual time passing by. Thyme, the herb, is phenomenal. So if you don't have it, get it. You'll be glad you did, because it's made all the difference to our flu bombs. I promise. So I always, though, I have a flu bomb roller pre-made, ready to go. And I just put the directions there. So 7 to 10 drops of each oil, and then top it off with fractionated coconut oil, and use it 2 to 3 times a day, always on the spine and the soles of the feet. I also pre-make these. I never want to be caught without these in my freezer. So you can pre-make these capsules and pop them in your freezer. That way then the oils won't break down the veggie cap. But I just do 1 drop of each oil and then pop it in the freezer. And I've saved them for like up to like 5-6 months. I'm sure they'd last longer. It's just that I've used them by then, you know, so I don't know how long they would last. But go ahead and make yourself some when you've got a spare hour one afternoon, or maybe you're binge watching Bridgerton. Woohoo! Go ahead and just sit there, get all your stuff out and make yourself some and stick them in the freezer, because it's really gonna help you out when you do have to take them, you know. And again, with the roller, I said 7 to 12 drops. For kiddos, you may want to dilute it. For the elderly, you may want to dilute it. This is all just like a rule of thumb. This is what I do. I mean, Gena, you might even do less than me. I seem to go, I've heard from other oilers that I'm kind of heavy handed, but
for what is it, 10 mil roller? I think that's good for 10 mil. If you have a smaller roller, you know, cut that. But no, I think that's good for the big one for sure. Okay. And I agree on making those capsules ahead of time, because like I make them for everybody in the household, but when I'm not feeling well, I'm like, oh, can you make a capsule for me? And they're like, oh, well, I don't really know how, or it gets all over my finger.
Yes, that Gena.
Yeah. Oh. So it is really nice to have them prepared.
My God, my kids are really screaming. I think everybody's fine. Okay, next one.
They're happy,
I think. All right, sinus issues. Number 1, always address the gut first. Then work on the topical and check your emotions. So with sinus issues, generally, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm no doctor, but I have suffered with sinus issues for a very long time. And you might want to see if you've got candida, first of all. But generally with a sinus issue, you've got inflammation in the sinus cavity, which is obviously causing a lot of pressure. But there's also an overproduction of mucus, which is getting infected, which is generally what's causing your infection. Not always. And again, not a doctor. But I've probably had more than these than most doctors, in all honesty. So they're evil. They can be so evil, and then they'll turn into ear infections and migraines, and then you get a sore throat. And anyway, so sinus issues can be evil. Mm-hmm. And I've definitely had my fair share of them. And I truly think the reason I don't suffer as much now is these 3 steps, not necessarily in this order, although I would always address your gut first with this kind of thing, just because the overproduction of mucus, which is the grossness in your throat and your sinus area, which is probably what's getting infected and causing the inflammation, could be managed by cleaning your gut out. So definitely increase your digestive enzymes. If you are yet to try Terrazyme, do it. It's amazing. You can take these on an empty stomach, first thing in the morning, last thing at night. I also add 1 or 2 in the middle of the day when I remember with my largest meal. But I always take them in the morning and at night. You want to be making sure that you're getting lots of lemon oil or some kind of citrus oil in your water. And PB Assist, you want to be taking that, and you can take 2 easily, especially for a short period of time. You can probably even go up to 4, just to kind of really shift something out and really change that gut flora to something healthier. We want the bacteria, but it needs to be good bacteria. So step 1 with my mother keeps trying to call me, and I'd bring her on, but she only says when, so let's not. Bless her. She would enjoy this. She would. Maybe next week we'll try.
Yeah, bring her on. That would be fun.
I think she might be trying to join it, but doesn't know how. So with sinus issues, definitely increase the health of your gut, step 1. Step 2, topical. So my favorite things for sinuses are bog standard tea tree touch. I love it. I just put it over the bridge of my nose. I'll put it like on your third eye, over the brow, kind of down the side of the ears. I love tea tree. You can't be on guard as well, because if you're going to be fighting some kind of infection, on guard is your friend. So get that on the soles of your feet. I don't put on guard on my face. I don't know about anybody else. I just don't. But I would put it on the soles of my feet. You can be diffusing it. But we're talking mostly about topical right now. I actually do make as well a sinus salve. And it's just basically any kind of coconut oil or any oil that will solidify with arbor vitae and cardamom. I think it works wonderfully. I really like it. I don't always dilute it either. I sometimes just go like the raw oils and put that directly on if I'm in a pickle. I am yet to try Air X for this, but looking at the ingredients, I think I might try it next time if we have any kind of sinus issue. Air X looks like it might be a bit of a winner as well. And then as Gina already mentioned, we did help my ongoing sinus issue by using emotional oils. So I used Forgive and Console, and I used them on the soles of my feet every single day, with or without a sinus infection. And since I've been doing that, I no longer have issues, knocking on wood. So that's sinus issues.
Yeah, and I always remember this study they did on the emotional oils, and Forgive was like the top oil that created like positive. They were doing it in a workplace, so they remember. I don't know if you remember that, but they were.
No, I think it was before me.
Oh, well, they were diffusing the emotion oils, and they would give them a survey, and they were talking about like workplace, like positivity, feelings of positivity, feelings of like motivation, all kind of workplace feelings. And Forgive was the most loved oil and made the people feel most positive and made them most happy at work and all these different things. So I feel like, even though it has the name Forgive, it doesn't mean that, you only use it when you feel like you have to forgive somebody or something, or no, that is a really good daily oil just helping give a feeling of positivity and, lightness, I guess. So I recommend that oil for a lot of people for daily use. And so anyway, just want to throw that in.
Yeah. Love it. All right. Daily support for this weird fun time. All right. So just, I know, right? You know what I'm talking about, kids. So if Gina just kind of like lent herself to this concept a couple of minutes ago, us women take care of everybody, and people don't necessarily take care of us. And I used to make all of my rollers, and I used to make all of my capsules, and now I honestly do lean heavily on this collection of soft gels. Now they're not all pictured here, but I do, hand on heart, use these oils and these capsules pretty much every day. Not all of them. So I just thought I would remind you, that, I mean, you can make it hard for yourself and make yourself an On Guard capsule if you want, or you could just buy the soft gels ready to go. And then you don't actually taste the oil, which is much better. So they've got On Guard, they've got a Zendocrine, which is good for a liver cleanse, which if you're not feeling well, we'll do a day on this about the power of your liver. You must support your liver, because it's one of the most important, well, all organs are important, I get that, but it's the powerhouse, and it's the organ that keeps everything else going. And so if your liver's suffering, you'll start to see a lot of random symptoms. And so your gut is always a good go-to for healing things quickly, but as well, your liver often needs extra support, which we can talk about another day. So there's On Guard soft gels, there's Zendocrine soft gels, Tri-Ease, which is the lemon, lavender, peppermint, which is a daily in our house. No questions asked. Everybody takes it. There's a DigestZen one, which I don't have and I've never tried, because we don't have really those kind of issues, but I have a lot of people who use them, my sister included. And then there's the Serenity soft gel. Okay. So there's lots of different ones. The Copaiba. Hey guys, I'm on a call. The Copaiba is a great soft gel to add to your repertoire as well. And whatever you're taking, I highly recommend that you take Copaiba along with it, because it really accelerates the abilities of the other oils. So daily, Leo and Jazz take the On Guard and the Tri-Ease, and twice a week when I remember, I'll add the Copaiba as well, just for giggles. And then Phil and I, we always take the On Guard, the Tri-Ease, the Copaiba, and then Adaptive. Adaptive is a good one to add to that, which is not on that list. Yes.
Gosh, there are so many really good supplements that doTERRA makes, and I agree that we should make use of them. The Tri-Ease, for anyone who has not heard of that, is to support any issues with seasonal issues of dander in the air, things in the air that affect your sinuses.
Yeah, so. It's good. It is really good. And I'm somebody who, sorry, Gina, to interrupt, but I'm just tagging on to what you're saying. Like, I've taken Benadryl or Piriton, which we take in the UK, since I was a child, and I've taken it every day, sometimes twice a day. This is how long my sinus issues have gone on. And to say that now I do it all naturally, I think is I need a medal. You need a medal for figuring me out with my Forgive and Console. Seriously, like it is amazing. And you have to give it time, I feel. And it does wear off. So sometimes you'll need to take another one in the day. It's not like a Zyrtec that'll last you 24 hours, but there's no drowsy. And then there's so many other benefits that you're getting from the lavender, lemon, and peppermint as well. I mean, your digestion is better because there's the pep in there, and the lavender, you're calmer. And lavender is a natural antihistamine anyway. So they're really, I love them. I love these.
I agree. And I had a friend who was also on either an over-the-counter medication for her, discomfort, sinus discomfort. And she was like, I eat it like candy, like all day long. And she's, then she started to read what the, side effects were over time. And she's like, Gina, I had to find something different. And so yeah, that was her kind of big aha moment with the oils, but she did, she does solve her issues naturally as well too. And another, if you do have ongoing sinus issues, acupuncture, if you are up for that, is really amazing too, to help, get the things moving out of your sinus areas and that sort of thing. But these are great. DigestZen, I've had people with really serious digestive issues use those, and helped them immensely, so much that they don't have to order them anymore. Like they ordered one thing for me and they've stopped. And so I'm like, well, they must be better because they were ordering them for a while and they had some big
That's true.
serious issues. And then the Serenity soft gels obviously are for calming and for help with sleep support and that sort of thing.
So I did have a quick question. I have the adaptive soft gels. I got them as part of a package or something. What do I use them for?
Oh,
Those are like my favorite new item. They're just really good for calming your system. If you're having a stressful time, if you're, anxious about anything, they are amazing. They're really good just to have daily. But I find like when my son, who's 13 now, is having like a stressful day at school, I'll give him one of those. Or if I know he has like a project the next day that might stress him out, I'll give him one at bedtime so that I know he gets good sleep. And then, and they work really quickly too. I just think
they do.
Amazing.
They
and the ingredients are like amazing too, like just really healthy for you. But I'm sorry, Bex, what did you say?
Well, no, awesome. I'm agreeing. I'm like, they take the spice out. Like I joke around and I say I would diagnose these for anybody with mum rage. It's a real thing. Like when your kids just won't do what you're asking, or your husband, or and you can't, and then it goes to like a personal level of you just can't let it go now. So you're going crazy and raging. I'll pop, because I do this. I know you all think I probably would not. I'd absolutely do. And I will pop an adaptive soft gel and I can just channel my inner Elsa and let it go, let it go. Seriously, it's amazing.
And I mean, besides children, coworkers, if you have, I know my sister has a really, she has a team of people who aren't very, they don't do their work oftentimes, and anyway, very stressful for us. So like things like that, or if you drive a lot and people I guess right now aren't commuting, but like if I commuted, I would take one before my commute,
right? So I would take this before traveling, like the stress of like connecting flights and things like that. It's just going to take that element of, so it works on the amygdala part of the brain, which is concerned with that fight or flight. So that emotion of like that initial, that panic, that it helps that piece. It's amazing, Paige. Take some when he doesn't put the toilet seat down, and then text me and let me know how you're feeling.
So every day?
Yes. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
And I do have to say, I got my Yarrow Palms and I've taken them every day and I'm loving them.
You got the capsules?
Yeah, I got the 3-pack because it was just a better deal, and the Yarrow Palm is amazing.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. The next slide, you're actually jumping ahead. I'm just going to talk about that on the next slide. Look at you go. So you see, she's tuned in. She's ready. She's ready for this, guys. So I just thought I'd throw up there. There's been a little bit of research done with the current Rona issue, and I would be happy to send you the actual research document. But melatonin, this is good to get into your system. And melatonin we all produce naturally, and basically melatonin is that, I don't know, whatever you would call that chemical that induces good sleep. All right. So you'll hear a lot of people supplementing melatonin. But for me, what it's telling me is I need to get more sleep, more good quality sleep to help fight off any virus, or prepare my body to fight off a virus. So so that tells me to tell you, use your sleep aids. So think about your Serenity, think about your cedarwood. Use your adaptive at bedtime. Always add copaiba in there, but really try to enhance your sleep. The next thing that it's been noted in a couple of different medical journals, that zinc, that we're all deficient in zinc, and so you really want to increase your zinc intake where you can. And supplement that we have that actually has a decent level of zinc is the Cellular Beauty Complex, which is the yarrow palm that Paige was just talking about. Go ahead, and if you haven't got this, maybe give it a go. Not only is it going to help improve your skin from within, which is the goal of it, but it's got zinc in there, which is actually going to really help you fight off any cold and flu viruses that are flying around. And then I know we mentioned this earlier, but just always be supporting your liver. It's the powerhouse. And just think, is it a time for a cleanse? Like, should we get something set up for maybe the end of next month where we can all do a 10-day flush out cleanse kind of? And I have a lot of people who would possibly guide us through this. And so who's that, Annie?
Yes, do it. Do it. We were supposed to do one in September and then Alicia moved. So
I know.
we never did it again.
I'm going to actually get somebody else to lead us, I think, this time. I have somebody else who's really focused on whole foods, and she's newly introduced to oils and supplements, and she's excited to add them to her existing cleansers that she does with her clients on the East Coast. And so I think it sounds like a fabulous combination of research, you know? So I'll let you know more when I know more, but over to you, Gena.
All right. I just wanted to add one more thing about that Cellular Beauty Complex. I started taking it just because I got it. It was new and I loved it for a lot of different reasons, but it really also helped my digestive system. So if you have digestive issues, it may help that way as well. So lots of praise for that. Okay. So now we're going to talk a little bit about how to avoid illness, sickness, creating a routine and making it a priority for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. Very important. The most important, really.
Really? Yeah.
Really. So we're going to talk about a healthy base. So obviously you're going to want to put in lots of the rainbow foods, right? Lots of foods that grow in the earth, just have so many vitamins, nutrients. I mean, just make a huge difference. What you're putting in, what you're fueling your body is so, so important. So start with that, right? I am going to plug, because we were talking about being sick and that sort of thing. What I love when I'm sick is broth or soups.
Oh, yes. Bone broth.
Yes. So I actually have the one we use. This is an organic bone broth that I get at the market I shop at, Jimbo's. I love that. I'm not going to, make my own bone broth. I know some people do, and some people have that time to do that. I don't. This is a really delicious bone broth. It tastes so good. And it's right there. I keep it in the freezer and then we defrost it. There's several servings in that. And I was looking up, kind of just the research on bone broth and the benefits. And so bone broth is associated with collagen, which is a structural food protein found in skin, cartilage, bone. So when it is boiled and when the collagen breaks down, it's broken down into gelatin and various other health promoting amino acids, glycine and glutamine. So anyway, the benefits are, it's really great for your digestion and for your gut health. So as far as, cleaning your gut out, making your gut run efficiently, supporting the immune system, anti-aging. So when you're drinking the bone broth, it's helping your body produce its own collagen. So good for your skin, may support weight loss, joint health, sleep. So really, really, really good. If you are not, if maybe you're vegan or you're trying to be vegetarian, I love this. It's miso ramen broth. And there's a lot of good health benefits in miso.
Yeah.
So this is delicious. And it has the miso and umami from kombu. So anyway, all the little good Japanese, stuff in there. It's delicious. So those are really good to have on hand for when, if you do get some sort of, illness and you don't have anyone to go shop for you, have those in your freezer and then they're ready to go. A lot of health benefits. we talked about fruits and veggies. And when we're sick, like I used to like to have like maybe a green juice or something like that, because, you know, oftentimes you don't feel like eating a meal, but you would drink like maybe a smoothie or one of those green juices pre-made. If you can get the fresh green juice, you know, that's even better. Some of them have a lot of sugar, so you just have to read the ingredients, read the labels. When we talk about water, there's good water and there's not great water. And I don't know if you guys, if any of you have watched, what's that show called, Jace? Down to Earth, maybe? Down to Earth. It's Down to Earth with Zac Efron. He did a little.
That man? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I watched that.
Yeah. So he did a series on just some health stuff and the earth in general and sustainable foods and sustainable practices. But he did one on water, and I thought it was really interesting. So it's important to drink water that has minerals in it, because if the water, so some of the water on the market these days, like your Arrowhead and maybe your Kirkland waters, basically they have purified that. So taken everything out of it. And so when you drink waters like that, it's sucking the minerals. The water wants to have minerals, right? So it's can suck the minerals out of your body, right? So one reason we may be deficient in magnesium, because that is an overall, our society is deficient in magnesium. One of the reasons could be the water we're drinking, because it could be sucking the minerals out of your system, unfortunately, and flushing it out. So you want to make sure you're reading the labels on your water and making sure you're getting some quality water. So this water we buy, it tells you the magnesium content, tells you calcium content, the total dissolved solids. So it's important to have good quality water.
Do you ever get the alkaline water from Carlsbad?
I do. And I try to get water that's in glass bottles, just because I try to stay away from the plastic as much as possible. And that, I don't think they make it in glass bottles. So sometimes I get it, and sometimes I try to do the glass.
They don't make it in glass bottles, but they have a distribution center in Carlsbad Village. You can bring your own and fill it up.
Yes, I used to do that. I have the big glass, like, I think they're 3 or 5 gallon. I think they're 3, but they're glass bottles and they're heavy. But I did.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I will not be doing that. I will break it.
Yeah, you have to be careful. But yeah, just that's another thing to think about. Warm water with lemon, green tea. So lots of good, green tea is really good for you. Has a lot of good health benefits. And then make sure if you're eating meat, make sure, if you can, to buy organic or grass-fed, or know where your meat is coming from. Spend a little more on your meat. Your body's gonna thank you, and your fish. So that's your healthy base. And we talked about the lifelong vitality a little bit, because none of us eat a perfect healthy diet. So adding the vitamins and minerals in the lifelong vitality pack, as well as the omegas, and then the cellular energy blend, that's something you can easily do, and your body will thank you in so many ways, with your energy levels, your sleep, your hormones, your skin and hair, your digestion. So many benefits from just these little supplements there. Bex mentioned the zinc. I also put our little zinc supplement there that we've been adding in recently to keep our bodies healthy and strong. And then the copaiba, I love just a drop under my tongue every day. We learned that this oil helps your body to kind of get back to a homeostasis. So I love that idea. Like, obviously we want our bodies just in a good, healthy place where they can fight off these viruses and germs for us and keep us healthy and well. So I feel like anything we can do to, like the zen, the body zen. So I love the copaiba daily, or if you like frankincense, that's another great one to put under your tongue daily as well, as part of your routine. Okay, why is it not letting me? Oh, there we go. Uh-oh, did too many. Okay, so we talked about, what.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, We missed you. Sorry. Immune support. So just daily immune support. I talked about the cobaiba. I talked about frankincense. Right now, just diffusing On Guard, cleaning surfaces with On Guard, I think is really important. Don't forget like your steering wheel and your, key fob and, the parts in your car that you touch when you're walking out of the grocery store and that sort of thing. Wiping surfaces, diffusing. And then lemon in your water every day is great. Diffusing lemon, just very cleansing. Or under your tongue. I like it right under my tongue as well. But that's just me. Don't know if everybody does. Okay, supporting emotional health is huge. That's just a really important piece of your overall health. And so these are some of my favorites here. Just putting them on daily. It's all about creating a simple routine that works for you and making sure to do it every day, because that's how you keep your body in a good, healthy place, right? So just have them handy, have your favorites. Intune, which doesn't really seem like an emotional oil, but if you're feeling frazzled and you can't focus and you feel like you have so much on your plate, Intune is just amazing to help calm your.
Not to interrupt you, but I love that one while I'm working. It's like literally right. I'm like at my desk. It's right here. But it's funny because my fiance always comes home and goes, "You smell like frankincense." Get over it. But I love that one.
Oh yeah. Well, because if you are stressed and you are feeling frazzled like that, that's causing stress on your body. That's depleting your immune system. So yeah, like it's important to think about those things and do something to help it. Clary Calm is our hormone blend for women. And again, like if your hormones are out of whack, that's also going to cause stress on your body and make you feel off. And, nobody needs that. So those are some of my favorites. And again, just make sure you're using your favorites every day.
Hey, Gina. Sorry,
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
So you had, did you have elevation on there?
Yes.
So this is, I'm sure everybody can get something from this question. I have elevation, but I rarely diffuse it because it's incredibly
strong.
I think it's kind of an acquired taste as well. Like it's almost a little too sweet. I was diffusing it yesterday with lime, I think, because I like the smell of it, but I would like to know, do you diffuse it with anything else or do you just diffuse it by itself?
I like it with balance.
Oh, I've never done that. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's really good with balance. Also with lavender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks.
Yes. And that's one of my favorites. Okay, so resting and recharging, again, another important piece of your health. So these are my two favorite for bedtime and, for the middle of the night when you might wake up. But everybody has their different favorites. I think, what are your favorites, Bex? Is it?
Well, I don't know. I was just going to say, for anybody who's shared a bed with Gina, she likes her cedarwood. Like if you don't, you're out of luck because she likes her cedarwood. But I don't know, babe. I'm always so tired by the end of the day when I finally got the kids to bed and everything else, that it's whatever I've rubbed on them that's left over on my hands is already on me and I'm out. I'm out. But I'm a wild orange girl. I love to diffuse wild orange with anything. Mm-hmm. So I think in our bedroom right now, because everything gets rotated, we've just got wild orange and serenity. Mm-hmm. I like those. And then the boys tend to do wild orange and balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And wild orange was a surprising one for me. I did not think that was going to be a good sleep oil, but it actually really is.
It does, right? I don't know. It's bizarre. And it even says in the big old Bible, it says, not the Bible, but the oil Bible. And it says that wild orange is a sedative. Huh.
Who knew? Who knew? But
That's
it's true. It knocked me out on an airplane once. I was like, whoa, I didn't even think I was going to go to sleep, but I put it on just because the airplane kind of smelled funky,
Yeah.
Wild orange. Knocked me out. I was like, I woke up like 20 minutes later. I'm like, what happened?
I love it.
He puts, I think it was cedarwood last night, but Bex, as you and I have talked, when you use 5, he uses 15. So it was so strong, and it's right next to my side of the bed. I'm like, I just can't. It was just so strong, and so my eyes were watering, and he dumped it and put something else in. But normally I like cedarwood, but I think it was just
it is a thick
he always
smell.
is heavy-handed.
It was like you're sleeping in a cedar chest, huh?
Oh God.
Yes,
It was,
that's so funny.
oh.
Sometimes if you add a little citrus, it adds a higher note to it, and so sometimes that can help. But I made this mistake the other day with Jasper had figured out, my child with amazing fine motor skills had figured out that you can pull the white cap from the inside of the oil bottle out, and so he'd done that with the oils in his room, but I didn't know. And so I went into his room to fill his diffuser and put probably, I mean, it wasn't a lot, but like maybe, and it was the bottom of the bottle was still full of oils, put it that way. Like, and I put it all in. It was an almost empty bottle, but it was probably maybe 20, 30 drops of wild orange. I was like, woo! I was like, well, I'll just see what it smells like. Maybe it's just going to be really orangey. It wasn't. It was no longer orange.
Keep in mind, I have diffuser on one side and him on the other side. That, as I've told you, it's not a quick like this and this.
No, it's you need to make him rollers. You need to make him rollers or dilute his bottles of oil.
So I have like I don't need any on me. I have it all.
That's what I feel like, Paige, because I've like done the kids, and so by the time I get in bed, I'm like, well, I smell like a combination of everything here.
Oh, that's funny. Wow. All right. And then a couple other must-haves, which Bex has talked about as well, but the On Guard soft gels, we have them because it's like, now my kids have learned, the teenagers, it's like, yeah, it's on the table, I think. They're like, my mom, my friend doesn't feel good, like, and I'm like, just give them like this bottle of On Guard soft gels, and because the last thing I want is you getting sick from them, right? And so now I send it, they're in college now, so I send them these bottles. I'm like, take these, daily, but they're just the best, and they're easy. So I always have like probably 2 of those on hand for sure, because I tend to give them away.
Yeah, don't bite them. Don't bite them.
Oh, geez, no. Mm-mm.
No, you'll regret that, my friends. I mean, it's not going to, not going to kill you, but it's not pleasant.
You have to have that would be spicy.
The peppermint as a deodorant, Gina?
Oh yeah. Don't do that either. Don't do that. No, not recommended. I love the On Guard sanitizing mist. So I have that in the cars and in my purse. I just feel so good about that. I'll use it before I go into a store right now, and then after again, and it's the best.
Yeah. Steering wheels, like you say, like you forget about that. Your gear stick as well, your steering wheel.
Your car key, like your key fob.
Oh gosh, yeah, I even use about that one.
I use it on my mask.
On your what?
My mask in between.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can spray it right in. Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah. Or just spray your hands and rub it on your mask.
Really nice mask sprays, don't you, Annie?
I do. It's like a couple of tablespoons of witch oil, and then like 18 to 20 drops of your favorite oils, and then top it off with the distilled water, and then you shake it up and spray it on your mask. And somebody just made me a roller bottle of Whisper for Christmas, and I keep it in my classroom, and I literally roll it like I have my mask on, and I put it on like lipstick over my mask, and it smells so good.
Cute.
It smells so good. I just go around smelling Whisper all day. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Now I need to look it up.
Do you know that Whisper is now available in a roller?
I did not.
Now I think.
So it's only available in the roller now. I think it's around the $25 range. I could be wrong. And then another side note, Past Tense is now only available in the bottle. It's not available in the roller.
I just got in the bottle. I love that one.
Yeah, I will say you have to be careful. You have to be careful about what kind of mask you do that with. Like the sprays are better, but because it's coconut oil and like if you put it on like a lighter mask, you might get streaks.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But all of my masks are either dark or like patterned. So I don't care. I just enjoy the scent. But yeah, in a lazy moment because it's right there. Oh, I do it several times a day.
I love that. Like lipstick. I could just see you. I could just picture that.
Yeah.
So those are a couple other things that we used. Oh, the Air-X we talked about. I diffused that one the other day. It's really nice. It just smells really clean and like healthy. I love that one. And then Breathe, of course, for respiratory support. So the bottom line is create a routine as, simple or complicated as works for you, and just be consistent and read the labels of things. It's something that, it's just important to do. It's important to know what you're putting in your body and on your body. So I think that is all for me. Does anyone have anything to add about their routine or something that has worked really well for them that we haven't covered?
Still learning, still getting into it, so not quite yet.
No, I love it.
I use DDR Prime almost daily. And I used to, when I first got it, I did not like the smell of it, but now that I use it every day, I love the smell of it.
So you're using the oil?
Yes. And I usually I put it on like the crown or the nape of my neck, the crown of my head or the nape of my neck. And you can literally feel it soak in. And I just feel like it helps like mental clarity. Like, and they recommend putting it on the bottoms of your feet. But it's the cellular complex, right? So it just kind of makes me feel good and alert.
Yeah.
So I never expected it when we were doing the like monthly oil focus for a minute. Like we started with DDR Prime for a minute. And so that's why I got it, because I was like, all right, I'll do this. And I never expected it to be something that I liked. And it ended up being something I use like every day.
I love
that. Yeah, that is a really, really good. I mean, there are a lot of really beneficial oils in that blend. So I'm so glad you brought that one up, because neither Bex nor I thought about that one, because it's not something I use every day. But if I get sick, it is one that I think about. But it really would be a good one to use every day. Yes.
Yeah, my grandma had Alzheimer's, and so I've done a lot of like DDR Prime isn't necessarily directly linked to helping that, but because it's a cellular complex, it's been talked about as something that could help. And so that was my first motivation for it. But it just, because it's just the cellular it just does so much else. Like it's clarity.
Yeah. Yes. I'm so glad you brought that up. So that has what? Frankincense? Is it tea tree? What are the oils in that?
Rosemary? I forget.
Let me see. I literally have the bottle right here. So, yeah, I can't even read it. It's so
I think it has
tiny.
lemongrass.
I think rosemary's in there. Can you see it, Annie, or shall I get mine?
I can't.
It's so hard to see. It is serving size, about drops, cellular complex, frankincense, wild orange, litsea, thyme, clove, summer savory.
Oh yeah.
Niuli, lemongrass, and that looks like it's it.
Yeah.
Oh, so it has a lot of oils there that we actually can't get here. The summer savory we've got once for the 125 PVLRP, the freebie. Then Litsea is my favorite oil. Like, I love this stuff. You can buy it. You can buy it in New Zealand, which I do, and get it shipped because I'm crazy. And Litzy is in, you can find Litzy in Stronger, and you can find it in the Air X as well. They smell amazing. It smells, it's like a sweet lemongrassy, there's a lemongrass element to it, but it's not lemongrass. But yeah, and there you go. You see, thyme was in there. Thyme.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about thyme, but it's really good. So if you don't have thyme, you should get thyme.
Yeah.
And
Niuli, which is like a really underrated oil, I think.
Yeah, we can't get that one either, can we? What do you have that one, Annie? What do you do with it?
I do, but I don't know. I think it was on like special. Like I think it was the oil of the month or something. Yeah. Like it's also by my bedside because I pop it in my diffuser at night sometimes.
Oh, okay. I know she's not on today, but Brandy uses that one quite a lot in her diffuser blends. So how dare she miss this? We need her.
Oh, thank you for bringing that one up. That is one that is a really powerhouse. It's a powerhouse oil for sure, or blend, I guess. Yes. So.
Yeah. Well, I have a question before we finish, guys. So for everybody on today, is there anything that you've heard today that's new that you're willing to kind of share with us that you're going to add to your daily? Like, is there something, and it doesn't have to be that you're going to do it tomorrow. Maybe you've got to buy it. I don't know. But like, is there something that you've heard today that you thought, you know what, I'm going to do that for myself? Is there anything?
Yeah, I mean, hearing the different things that you guys take on the daily, like the supplements and stuff, like I never really thought about taking the Digestin Zen soft gels like just every day. Like I usually think about, like I have Digestin on me all the time, and I have the soft gels in my lunch pack every day just in case I need it. But I never thought about taking that as like a preventative just to help. Because you know me, I have lactose issues, I have gut issue, like, and I take my probiotic and I take my my Terrazyme is the same way. Like it's like just in case I need it. But I think I'm gonna try taking it and I have adaptive capsules, but I don't take them every day. And now hearing you guys, I feel like that would be a beautiful lunchtime supplement for myself.
Yes, it's a beautiful anytime supplement. Yes, for sure.
And that, and in addition to what Bex is, like the supplement training all week. In fact, I had just added some to my LRP for next month. So,
good.
I've been taking the Zendocrine and the Simply Sassy or something.
The Slim and Sassy.
Yeah.
For my metabolism, and because I've actually I've been trying to lose weight and I've plateaued for the longest time, so I'm trying to kick my body into gear. And so
you might be ready for a cleanse then, Paige. Sometimes that's what it needs, just a quick kickstart, and then
and that's why just like the Zendocrine capsules, even just to that level of detoxifying my body, like it's helped. And I've noticed I've done it for the last like religiously for the last 2-3 days, and then I've done the Yarrow Palm for pretty much all week because I got it. It took forever for the shipment for some reason, but yeah, I got it in. Yeah, usually I get it within a week. And if I order it, it's shipped either that same day or the next morning. Yeah. And for some reason, it took them over a week to ship it. I was like, okay, whatever. But it got to me quick after that. But no, it just the little things, and it's taking all of that over the course of the last week. I have noticed a difference. So
good. That's great. I'm going to try, Gina. I'm going to try to do my lifelong vitalities. I know I say this all the time, but I am going to try to do all of them.
Yeah. I would
take it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I have a routine that because I go physically to work and I eat lunch at work. I put them in my pill box every day. And so I eat them right after lunch. It's on the weekends that I always forget to take them because there's no routine on the weekends. But I will say I do notice when we have a week off and I forget to take them at home, it messes with my digestive system. I don't notice I'm not a person who's really in tune to that stuff. Like, so I don't notice that like, oh, I took these lifelong vitality, my hair looks better, my nails are like, I don't notice any of that stuff. But I do notice when I stop taking them that like, ooh, suddenly I'm like constipated and like, where's my lifelong vitality? I need to like, my body reminds me to take them if it's been like a week or something and I haven't done it.
Yeah. I'll be curious to know if the Digesta and soft gels help you. If you're taking, if you take those regularly, you have to report back to us.
Yes, please.
I will.
Yeah, because I'm curious about that. But yeah, my body definitely.
Well, and they're changing the formula, aren't they? Like, didn't they just say that like
they did the oil, right? Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Did they change just the like? So I have the all of my Digest Zen is the old stuff. Because they haven't started selling the new stuff yet, right? It's
yeah,
February,
I don't have I need to order it, so I'll be curious whether I get the old one or the new one. But I think what they added, I can't even remember now. I posted about it. I think it's going to be really good, and I am guessing what they will do is once they're all out of the old Digesten, then they'll start the new Digesten in the soft gels. I can only assume that's what they will do,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I imagine that it's just an improvement, like the toothpaste. So I had an old bottle of toothpaste and then they sent us the new one in like the convention kit. And so obviously I started using that one first.
Yeah.
And now I'm back to using my bottle of the old one.
Okay.
And I miss the new one. It's just so much mintier and like fresh. And I'm like, oh,
absolutely.
Gotta get through this.
I agree. Let's see, ginger, coriander. I think they're adding, the amount of each oil has been adjusted. Oh, they added cardamom.
Oh.
Which I love. Yes. I think that will be very, very good.
Nice.
Okay, so they changed the blend, like the amounts a little bit, but so adding more ginger, coriander, peppermint, and then added cardamom. So yeah, I'm curious to try that. Can't wait.
Thank you, Paige. Thank you, Gina, Rebecca.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
You're very welcome.
I'm gonna hop in the shower.
Oh yeah, we're done.
It's time.
Yeah,
Bye, Paige.
thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing, all of you. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for allowing a 7-year-old lady in on the girls talk.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? We all ages are welcome.
All right, thank you. See you later, Paige.
I'll call you later.
Okay, bye.
Love you.
Love you.
Thanks so much, ladies, for hopping on. We will be doing this every Saturday now. And I'm thinking 9 o'clock works for people. So
yeah,
I guess we'll just go with it.
We'll go with it.
Yeah, that's better for me. I won't sleep through these as often as I did.